Here behind me is one of the most beautiful aquascaping stores and galleries here in Portugal. Want to check it out? Well, welcome to Porto, a place well known for its history, its architecture and of course the wine too. But today I'm taking you to a different kind of treasure. This is Pro Aquarium, one of the most respected aquascaping stores in the country. We are going on a full tour and I'm going to show you every corner of this place. Now, the shop itself isn't huge and that's actually a good thing, because the moment you step inside, you are immediately surrounded by part of the gallery. These aquariums, they are not just here to show off some equipment, they are set up to spark ideas, to get you imagining what you could create at home. And further down and along the sides of the shop, you will find everything you could possibly need for the hobby. Equipment, fish, plants, you name it. But hold on, you will get that soon. First, let me walk you through these aquariums one by one and show you all the details that make each of them special. Well, let's start with the first tank, as you see as soon as you walk into the shop. First of all, it has multiple viewing angles and one of them actually faces the street, which is already pretty unique. But what really makes it stand out is the shape. It's a custom shallow tank with a hardscape that goes above the waterline and has plants growing immersed. Now you are probably thinking, how is that even possible, right? Well, it's actually pretty clever. The tank runs on a sump and it pushes water throughout a system of pipes that bring it all the way up to the top, right where the plants are. Then the water flows back down like a mini waterfall into the tank, and that constant flow keeps the hydrolon on the wood nice and moist, which is exactly what the plants need to stay healthy up there. Now, if you look below the surface, things are kept more on the simple and rustic side, with easy low-maintenance plants like Hemianthus tenellum green and Cryptocorinne lutea. The lighting setup is also pretty solid. It runs with two Weak Aqua T70 on for 12 hours a day, and the CO2 that runs 24/7. Now, moving over to the left side of the shop, we come across what's probably the most iconic tank in the whole store. This one was actually set up by Philippe Oliveira himself during a workshop back in 2018 or 2019. Yeah, more than 5 years have passed and this aquarium is still going strong. It becomes a bit of a legacy piece, and there's no plan to take it down anytime soon. Now, as for the layout, well, it's a classic Philippe, a true nature style scape with dense rotella bushes in the back, a super clean foreground, and all the hardscape now fully covered in moss, anubias, busphalandras and bolbitis. There's also a Monte Carlo carpet right in the middle, adding a cool contrast in everything around it. I really love this tank. Every time I look at it, I notice something new and feel how everything just clicks. It's honestly a piece of art. In terms of size, it's a 90 cm height, 50 cm deep and 45 cm high. I couldn't confirm the exact substrate used, but knowing Philippe and his usual setups, I'd bet there's lava rock at the base, some pandred ferts in between and aquasoil on top. Equipment-wise, it runs on a GBL E902 filter, which handles the job just fine, and lighting is done with a Weak Aqua L900. CO2 is pressurized and running 24/7 as well. So, what do you think about this masterpiece from Philippe? Let me know in the comments. Alright, let's shift gears a bit. I want to show you something completely different, a layout people either love or, well, not exactly hate, but you know what I mean. There's this myth that Dutch tanks are harder to maintain, but people who actually keep them often says the opposite. The only catch? You need to trim a lot. That's because these layouts are basically built with fast-growing plants stacked together. This one is a Stradway 60PS. It's a 60 by 40 by 40 centimeters with a Twin Star Series S running 12 hours a day at full power. Filtration is done with a JBL E901 and everything runs super smoothly. Now, I'll be honest with you, I didn't catch this tank on its best days. It had just bounced back for a trim session, so it it's still recovering a bit. But plant-wise, there's a lot going on. Rotala Rudblad, Rotala Green, Otolin Flata, Starogene Ripens, Blixia Japonica, Glossostigma, Ludwigia palustris cuba, and Amania bonsai. As I said, lots of growth, lots of colors, and yes, lots of trimmings. Ready to see the next one? Jump back again to the right side of the gallery. Here's a tank that was actually set up by the shop owner with a little help from me back in July last year. The idea was to use this amazing wood and wood in a layout that breaks away from the usual trends while still being super low maintenance, and I think we nailed it. This one measures 100 by 50 by 50 centimeters. It's powered by a Icaqua Pandora 900 running 12 hours a day and a JBL again. Yeah, JBL filters are pretty much a house favorite here, and I get why. For the layout, we used Antwood, like I said, and black Rio stone. The substrate system is a mix of lava rock at the base, Masterline root caps to enrich it, Tropica aqua soil on top, and some sand up front for that clean look. As for plants, we've got Rotala, Blood Red again, tons of Anubias Nana and Busphalandra Red, Heliocaris Mini, Starogene Ripens, Cryptocorin Parva, Bolbitis, and Heliocaris Montevidensis. Almost a year later, the tank's doing great, fully matured and stable. Even with all those plants, this is still a low maintenance setup. You just need your regular water changes and some trimmings now and then, especially for the Rotalas and Heliocaris. It goes to show a high-tech tank doesn't have to be high effort. Now, if that one's low effort, the next tank looks like the opposite, but it really is. I mean, at first glance it looks super complex, but the person doing the maintenance says it's one of the easiest to take care of. So, what's the truth? This one was set up at the end of last year during a workshop by João Pinheiro, and if you have seen that video on my channel, you already know João is a nature style guy, so no surprises here. We are talking about a 120p ultra clear tank filtered by, guess what, a JBL again, more than capable of handling the bioload of this beast. Hardscape, same winning combo, Antwood and black Rio stone, and for lighting it's running two weak Aqua T90 spotlights which create this amazing shimmer and bright out some really vivid colors. What makes this one really stands out though is the planting. It's packed. I'm not 100% sure on every single species, but here's what I remember. Heliocaris Mini, Amianthus cuba, Blixia japonica, several types of Echinodorus and Cryptocorins, Ricardia, Busphalandras, Anubias, and even Madagascarensis. The substrate is a full system from Yokushi, lava rock, beneficial bacteria, and aquasol on top. I have actually used this substrate system in two of my tanks and I love it. It releases very few nutrients into the water, which makes the startup phase way smoother. So what I can say about this tank? It's a whole world inside the glass box, absolutely stunning. It have a high long-term potential. Now, if you think those aquariums were big, just wait for the next one. Yep, I wasn't kidding, it's massive, more like an indoor pool than an aquarium. We're talking 2 meters, 35 centimeters long, 65 centimeters wide, and 60 centimeters tall, over 900 liters of water. Instead of using external filters, this beast runs on a sump powered by a 7,000 liters per hour pump. Add to that 3 weak Aqua T70s running 12 hours a day, and you've got all the power it needs. As for the layout, it's a biotope designed to mimic a riverbank, sloping sand and wood branches cascading down like they were dragged by the current. Most of the shape is covered in Ricardia and a few epiphytes, but the real star? This stunning school of fish that moves together in perfect harmony, absolutely mesmerizing to watch. Can you imagine have something like this in your living room? But hey, if you are more into small tanks like I am, don't worry, the shop has those too. Right now there are only 2 set up, but the plan is to create an entire section just for nanos. The first one is this little 30 by 30 by 35 centimeters cube designed like a mini cave. It's home to one of my favorite Bus Falandrus species, Catarinae Mini. It's lit by a Shihiru's C2 RGB, runs 12 hours a day also, has a sun hang-on filter, and like all the tanks here, CO2 24/7. The second Nano is a shallow betta tank with both submerged and immersed plants. It uses a basic hang-on filter that you can find in any shop, and it's lit by a Weak Aqua J300. Now that we've got through all the aquariums, let's talk about the rest of the shop. This isn't just any shop, it's one of the most respected aquascaping stores in the country, so yeah, we won't waste time showing shelves of gear and spare parts. Just trust me on this one. If you need something for your dream setup, they have got it. However, there are a few standout features that I have to mention. Right in the center of the store, there are 3 massive plant tanks, and when they are full, they look absolutely stunning. You will find plants in every form here: submerged, immersed, mostly epiphyte and terrarium plants, and tons of in vitro options if that's your thing. And it doesn't stop here. The fish stock is wild, with over 70 fish tanks spread around the store. The variety of species is honestly next level. And last but not least, the hardscape zone, packed with different types of wood and rocks. There's even a little dojo area where you can try out layouts before taking your materials home. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. This was been a mini tribute to one of my all-time favorite aquascaping shops. I hope you enjoyed the video and that I managed to bring a little piece of Portugal to your screen. Let me know in the comments what you think. It's similar to the shops in your country, so don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.